By definition, an antenna is a metal whip designed to receive and transmit radio signals within a given area.
It's BS in the Morning on KSLQ and Westplex 107.1.
It is BS.Show, and you know what? There was a mess up there. I'm screwed up this morning. It's my fault. I will take 100% responsibility. I screwed up some things this morning. The computer's still not working right. It is my fault. I'm not going to say it was the problem I had yesterday that Shelley caused, but it's a new.
What was that?
I'm kidding. It's a new problem. I'm getting all sorts of response from the lady in the low-cut dress who smashed into me with her Mercedes-Benz at the parking lot yesterday at Schnucks. How's that for an experience?
Yeah, and she's probably ruined the day that she did that.
Someone said
because now you're talking about it on the air.
Well, someone said they knew who she was, but it was bogus. So.
It was bogus?
Yeah, it was bogus.
They just wanted to talk to you?
Well, no, they said they knew who it was, but it was somebody that I know, and it's not that person. It was sort of a joke. It was like an inside joke. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Want to talk about Bentley's Marine and Electronics real quickly? One of our sponsors. Appreciate them.
One of the very few electronics stores
Yes,
left.
exactly. Independently owned and operated. And they all talk about the fact that if you think you're going to the big box stores for the best deal, sometimes you get the worst deal there. So check them out. They're your local St. Louis, Lake St. Louis store. Boat accessories, automotive, marine, audio, home theater, audio, visual, and more. Bentley's Electronics. And if you look at it online, it's bentleyselectronics.com. But it's BENTLEYS, not just LY, just BENTLEYS, bentleyselectronics.com. Check them out. They're right there on the north side of Lake St. Louis, just off I-70 as you come through. You know, that little where you sort of curve around the lake there in the top part of the lake. That's where they're at. Real easy to find. Great people. We'll take care of you. And by the way, one of the things that they sell is the car starter. Do you have a remote car starter in your car?
I do.
You do. Do you use that?
Sometimes.
In the winter or in the summer or both?
More in the winter.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying that the car, that sometimes it's better to have it in the summer because, you know, if you park your car outside and like if you're like car like black and you get in, it's like a blast
sauna?
Furnace, not a sauna, blast furnace. It's like, they could melt steel on the front seat of your car. That they say sometimes it's more important to have the remote starter in the summer. And I'm thinking to myself, I agree with that. You just start your car up and you get the air con going before you have to get in and burn your little behind on the seat, right?
And it's a doozy.
What's that?
I'm not lying.
What's a doozy?
Sitting on a hot leather seat.
Oh, God. I sat down on a seat last night.
In shorts.
I won't go there. Okay.
And then I put the seat air conditioner on, and it cools off pretty quick.
Wow, is this for real?
What?
Someone just sent me a screenshot, and I'm thinking to myself, this has got to be bogus. This can't be for real.
Send it to me.
No, I'm not going to send it to you. It's somebody. I won't go there. The stuff I get when I'm on the air. Okay. I've totally messed up with the fact that once again, at 6 o'clock, I got on the air and our computer was screwed up. It's my fault. So we got about another 4 minutes and then I have no more commercials. I just have to remind me I have to do legals on 3 stations. So I make sure everything's legal because it's not going to come out of the computer because I screwed that up. Lots of stuff going on today. Today is Wednesday and it's Shelley's favorite day, right? We got our guy right here who's going like,
yeah.
It's hump day. That's what day it is. God, that commercial lives on. And that commercial.
It does.
I think that commercial is like 10 years old.
Whoever came up with that was like Mad Men.
But see, here's the problem with that. Okay?
Why?
Who's it for?
What?
Who's the commercial for?
Gecko?
What product are they advertising? See, that's
Gecko, I think.
That's the problem. When Dave Sinclair stood that in front of his little lectern and said,
"Thank you, and here's my address."
Right, you knew what he was selling. He was selling Fords.
Yep.
You knew where he was at, Lindbergh and Lee May Ferry. Know, and if you bought a used car from it, what did he say?
I don't know.
If it's not right, we'll make it.
We'll
right.
make it right.
Right.
Yes, that's exactly what he said.
And when you go to Johnny Londoff, what does he always say about his lot and building?
He owns his building and lot.
Right. See?
That's the one up in NoCo.
Yes. Which, by
not the one
by the
here.
way, I feel sorry for him. You can't get there from there.
Huh?
If you've been up in North County lately, and I was just there the other day, it's just a mess. They're redoing 270 from Lindbergh all the way to 367, and it is just a mess. I mean, all the exits are in different places.
Can you get off on West Florissant? Because my favorite store is there in the Clock Tower Plaza.
It depends. And matter of fact, what's weird about it is, like there used to be one overpass there at Washington Elizabeth.
Yeah.
There's now two. And the same thing at West Florissant. It's like, okay, why are there two overpasses now? Why did they tear?
It's probably because of the traffic.
No, it's just weird. And the lanes are all the stretch. If you're going west than 270 from Graham North Hanley to Lindbergh, you think you're running. What's the NASCAR race where they're Watkins Glen? You think you're on a race course track. You go left, you go right. You go left, you go right. You go left, you go right. It's like, what in the world is this? It's like you're going through the chicanes. It's just like driving. It's just like you trying to learn how to ride. Do F1 racing or something like that with all the turns and stuff like that. It's just weird. And once again, it's like I told you this the other day. I go through this almost every day. The interchange they're working on at 364 and 94 and Moogie Road, the whole bit. What a mess that is. Remember, we looked at that one day. Didn't I tell you there's 17? When it's done, there's going to be 17 ramps on that interchange. Wasn't it didn't I come up with the number of 17?
That wasn't me.
Well, I thought I came up with the number of 17.
No,
we
never had that conversation.
What in the world are they doing? I mean, it's like, are you going to need
And that's Washington Elizabeth?
No. That's up in North County. I'm talking about 94 and 364 in Moogie, where they're redoing that entire interchange there.
Oh, yeah.
And they're doing all the weird things where you're going to be able to go. And then, once again, you construction guys, I know you work hard. But remember, they built the Empire State Building. What do we say? In was it 13 months?
Yep.
Wasn't that the thing we had? Here, let me look that up again. And I said that to somebody, and they go, "There's no way they built that whole building in 13 months." I go, because once again, from the time they broke ground on the building to the time when it was finished was, I think, 13 months. Empire, there it is, Empire State Building. Okay. Construction started.
Can you go in there anymore?
Yes. Okay. Construction started March 17th of 1930. It was completed on April 11th, 1931. Not even 13 months. It was 12 months and 22 days.
And they didn't have the tools that we have now.
Exactly. And no fall harnesses, no safety equipment. Guys were walking around there on the beams, not tied off or anything like that. Cost $572 million. And back in the day, it cost $40 million. Today, it would be $572 million.
Wow.
Tip of it is 1,454 feet. The roof is 1,250 feet. Top floor is 1,224 feet.
So you can go in there now.
Yeah. It says
this is for a while they stopped it.
Observatories are on the 80th floor, 86th, and 102nd floor. Okay, once again, they started construction on April 11th March 17th of 1930. It was completed not even 13 months later. They've been working up in North County in 270 for 2 years now.
Yes, they have.
I mean, West Clay and St. Charles, Mike Elam used to work right off of West Clay when he was with Master Clock. And I would kid him about the fact that West Clay between 94 and I think Raymond Drive, it took them 3 years to widen that. I'm going okay, what's the problem here? I mean, it's
job security?
I guess. I don't know. I'm going once again, I'm not making fun of the construction guys, but how in the world can you build a 1,454 story or tall building in 12 months and 20 days, and you can't get a road fixed in 3 years? You know what I'm saying?
Because things have changed.
And there's too many regulations, and you blah, 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 blah.
You have to do the top of the hour, I do.
You got to remind me. Oh, I blew right through it. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go.
Welcome.
We're out of here. Say goodbye.
Okay, I do want to say goodbye, and I want to tell Randy, my brother, it was so lovely seeing you yesterday.
Even though he doesn't know who the hell you are.
No, that's not. He actually did. I stayed like 2 hours, and once he figured out that I was his sister, because I haven't seen him in 10 years.
Once again, think about that for a minute. She goes and spends 2 hours with the guy. An hour and 52 minutes into the meeting, he says,
No, that's not it.
Who are
Stop
you?
it.
And how do I know you? I'm your brother. Oh.
Don't be heavy.
I've got a sister?
He's not heavy. He's my brother. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. Peace, and I fly.
Okay, since I messed it up, KSLQ FM Washington, KRAP AM Washington, K296 HA Washington. Have a real good day.
Peace.
Have you heard about Salt River Automotive? Not only are we open for business and ready to serve you, we are sponsors of the BS in the Morning Show on Westplex 107.1. Check us out on Facebook at Salt River Automotive LLC. See you soon.